Maine last year. He finished the year really well.
What a move by Caleb Foster, plus the foul.
Well, Caleb Foster, because of his foot injury, did not start working out until July. And then he has been moved to that point guard position.
Gillis does a nice job staying with the shooter, Mantis. Foster puts it on the deck, draws the contact, and puts it through. Malawach misses the three. There's Knueppel ripping the rebound away from Blake Barker. Foster from the corner. He finds the range.
They were pressuring defensively, shoot a lot of threes. And they got a number of different guys on a rebuilt roster that can make.
Yeah, the schedule is going to get markedly more difficult in the next month for the Blue Devils. They'll take on 4 ranked non-conference opponents.
Is it going to be a great learning experience? Absolutely, but the fact that he wanted the ball in that situation is one of the most important things.
Flagg patiently steps in to score his first points. Duke has scored the last 14, and when we come back, the nation's top freshman can make it 15 at the line.
Oh, look, he is that. John Scheyer and Duke, they're going to have a lot to look at defensively, but they've got to clean up.
Even up 37, John Scheyer threw his hands up there. And then Caleb Foster threw the ball up.
And he is one confident player right now.
He is one of several for the visitors. Baker Mazara, member of the all-tournament team out in Maui. A nice scoop and finish by Foster.
And here's the drive. You got to drive to score. If you're trying to spray it.
And Broom left it short. Brown the rebound.
Great job of walling up and making Broom make the tough 2 over the top of him.
Evans again.
Inject hope into this fan base.
Under 10 to shoot. And that stops a 3-minute scoring drought on the made 3 by Caleb Foster. The lob to Malawach and the hammer from the big fella. Edwards has been a key piece. Had it stripped by Brown. The 9th Louisville turnover. Open 3 for Foster. And he pays it off from deep.
UIW has been able to score. They can set up this half-court 1-3-1, and they stay in it for the possession.
Corner triple, Knueppel connects.
This is a great job by Foster to get a piece of the paint, and even though that pass was loaded.
10 to shoot for the Patriots. Maddox draws a double, and it's picked off by Foster. Caleb Foster, boy, they'd love to get him going for Duke. James for 3. It's good! 7 in a row from the field for Duke. Sion James.
But sometimes it's good. Like, I mean, Roach was a good player. Mitchell was a good player, but I think they got better with the people that they brought in.
That's what he does. He comes in the game and he's ready to let it go.
Yep. Here's Flagg alone. Drops it in. By the way, that Paul the 16, Dan, pretty good last year in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Out front, Evans. Sure. You bet.
Absolutely.
Foster. Yes, sir. Caleb Foster. Man, what a player he was at Maryland for Lefty Drizel. There's a turnover for SMU. Flagg to Gillis. Oh, my. Caleb Foster, beautiful move to the basket.
For the Hurricanes to start this game, they feel as though they have an advantage there.
Knueppel 3. Knueppel with 8.
Will increase with no Malik Brown available for the Blue Devils.
It's interesting, 2 of the guys John Scheyer specifically mentioned. Here's Gillis, he's the other one. And a 3 from Mason Gillis, he's got 6.
After the play, once we got to a dead ball and assessing the technical foul, Warren Johnson is Caleb Foster's able to knock down the 3 ball.
Came in averaging over 20 points per game in his last 6 games. He only had 2 points Up top, Van Gunbo with the slam.
Get up, Big Pat. I didn't know he had that in this game, but Caleb Foster absolutely knew. Now at 86.
Well, for Duke, an impressive second half as they take off and run away. And we'll get the slam here by Gillis.
Foster calls a play here for number 2 Duke. Auburn still number 1 in a big matchup with Tennessee coming up tonight. The kick and a sweet shot there by Gillis.
Marcus Hill forcing Tyrese Proctor to commit, drops it off with an easy layup.
Knueppel swishes it in. He's got the shooting eye in this one.
And on the other end, when you drive the basketball, you have to rely.
We had the chance to call North Carolina versus Pitt, which is a really close and tight game, and Duke was just able to pick them apart, especially to sustain that discipline throughout the course of a game.
Ball knocked away. There's another steal for Brown. Who else? Foster. Tough finish for Caleb Foster over the top of Cuff. Great piece in the Daily Orange, the Syracuse student newspaper this week, talking about Malik Brown. His parents said that Duke was one of his dream schools, but he was a very lightly recruited kid.
I talked with Garrett earlier today, their, of course, sports information director, and asked, is there a number of games as Caleb Foster gets his first field goal in their last 7 games? Caleb Foster was a 5-star, should have been a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. As he steps back, lines up a 3-ball. I asked him, and that's the first 3 he's made in the last 10 games.
Flagrants in transition. Here comes Foster, getting some minutes late and getting some points.
He can play.
But it's important.
Look at this. He wants more playing time.
The step back. Can't drain it.
Man.
And we'll have more on that on ESPN after the game. I'm sure more on the injury.
And it'll be T.J. Power on the floor for Virginia. And played a little baseball, went out with the Blue Devils a season ago.
No longer does. Nifty move there by Evans to lay it in.
He's wild.
Here's Foster. And if Tyrese Proctor's going to be out, and he's out for the rest of this game.
Kid's an experienced dude. He's played a lot of basketball. That's just going to be too easy. Goodness.
Gunba did the work to get on the floor today. You can see him labored a bit as the game's gone on. Foster, another step back 3.
With he and Janai Broom is fascinating too. Foster, Malawatch.
Just throw it up there in the vicinity. At the same time, Carmelo didn't have near the defensive impact as Cooper because he sat in the back of the 2-3 zone. So, to me, I would like to see him deep into the second weekend or the Final Four, which is very much.
Davis has been scorching hot recently. And turns it over again, so back-to-back possessions where the Heels turn it over. Foster got it. Cadeau blocked by Foster. And then Brown tried to save it but threw it out of bounds. But again, a good contribution by Caleb Foster.
Out with a shoulder injury. Tipped away by Foster. Working on Davis, he'll lay it in.
With something to prove here today after the freshman carried them here to the semifinals.
Picked off by Foster, another theft. Lubin's having, as we mentioned, an outstanding tournament, back-to-back double-doubles here in Charlotte.
Elliot Cadeau's got to be careful, OB. He's already playing with 2.
Knueppel got a great look, absolutely buried it. Here's Foster. Took a peek at the shot clock as he goes between the legs and kicks it. And here's Proctor, and swishes into triple.
Gets the easy layup.
The lost art in basketball, movement without the basketball. Everyone wants to put it on the floor and beat guys one-on-one.
Proctor heating up.